So we are gearing up for our Economic Empowerment and Wealth Expo, which is happening on June 27th at Dunn STEM Academy, 108th and Union on the south side. And now joining me, you're such a beautiful lady. Good to have you here, Jamelia Hand of Handwritten Greetings. What a cool, like your last name is Hand.
Yes.
I love that, Handwritten Greetings.
That's right.
So I'm gonna assume you have greeting cards.
I do.
Yes.
I have a line of greeting cards, and basically what they are is relationship reconnection tools.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, let's back up just a little bit. How did you get this idea to start this business?
Well, this business came out of a need, not just a need for myself, but a need for others.
Okay.
And basically, I had come through a relationship that felt like I was on the Titanic, right? We've all been there. And we were hitting icebergs every week,
Wow.
right?
Wow.
So I needed to create something, not just for myself, but for other people, so that the healing could begin.
So the words that you put on your greeting cards, are they coming from the heart, or are they coming from your girlfriends or besties or people who have been in situations like yours?
Yes. So they come from many places. You'd
Okay.
be surprised where you can get inspiration
Yeah.
to write. And all of us have a writer in us, but we don't always know how to put that information together for the benefit of other people. And I'm a former practicing therapist, still credentialed, but former practicing. And so not that I would use clients for intel, but I would take the situations, because all of those situations had a common theme that I felt like I could speak to. And one of the things that the clients would always praise me on is that I had the words to help them to start the conversation so that the healing could begin.
Wow, interesting. You know, I love a good greeting card. When I go into a store, I see one, but I'm always like, that's not really what I want to say.
Absolutely.
So this is probably what I'm looking for. Yeah. How did you know you wanted to start a business with these greeting cards?
I didn't. I had no idea that I would start this business. I sat down to write, and I wrote. It was a period of just not knowing who I was, what I wanted to be, not understanding the barriers that I would have to overcome to get to where I wanted to be.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a plan. So one of the things that I know to do, and that what Black women, and I'm assuming, you know, you may do some part of this. I sat down and I prayed, and then I wrote, and then I prayed, and then I wrote, and I did this for almost 2 days straight.
Wow.
And each card was born out of those notes.
Wow, my goodness.
Yes, ma'am.
That's
And-
great. So you obviously are doing something that you have witnessed and you have a passion for.
Yes. And also, and I hate to say this, but we all also have a guilty pleasure. During that period of uncertainty, I found myself watching reality TV. Not because I enjoyed it, not because I saw myself in those shows, but what ended up happening is everything that can possibly go wrong in a relationship, you see in one episode of those shows. So I was able to take some of those experiences and also translate those into words that other people could benefit from.
Love it. You have this extraordinary business. Generational wealth, what does that mean to you as far as a business owner?
Well, generational wealth, it really depends on the mindset of the family. Each family has a culture, each family has pillars, each family is anchored to something. And if the family understands what that is, then they can build the generational wealth. So I think that generational wealth starts with conversations. And once we have the conversations about how we want to show up in the world as a family, what we want our family to look like, then we can have a wealth conversation, because we don't always understand the capital that exists within our family. We don't understand the cultural capital. We don't understand the community capital. And personally, as a young girl growing up on the south side of Chicago, I had many people that I could pull from because I was parented by many families in the community. So the wealth had already begun for me. Now it's a matter for me to take those pillars, take that understanding, and place them into my own family, and then cultivate that and grow it. And it doesn't always look like money. However, if we have what we need on the culture side, we can get what we need on the money side to grow those businesses.
Absolutely. And one final question, what would you like to say to people who are looking to start a business? They don't know where to get started. They're saying, oh, I don't have the money to do that. I don't have the resources. What would you say to that?
I would say the only way to start a business is to start. Just start. It doesn't always look pretty. It doesn't always look like what you believe it is supposed to look like. Sometimes it starts with staying up 2 days writing.
Yeah.
Sometimes it starts with a conversation between girlfriends. Other time it could start with asking your family for support, and that could be, can you give me a set of books that I know will help me to structure my business? Can you send me some podcasts? Can you find some research that can help me? It doesn't always begin with money. And I think that's what holds a lot of us up. We look at money as the barrier to entry, but really it is a perceived limitation, because once we get tools from friends, from loved ones, from community members, from school, just educate yourself and start somewhere. And your start is going to look different than other people's. So each card is, first off, it's all about how we talk to each other.
Okay.
As couples and people in relationship. So these are not limited to people who are together, but every relationship has someone who is willing, who wants their relationship more than they want to be right. And that is the person that usually picks up my card.
Beautiful.
So it starts with, first off, the words that couples can't find, the forgiveness that they don't believe is possible, and each card has an action step so that the healing can actually begin. Each card has a request that kicks off either a conversation or an experience that can start the healing process in that relationship.
Wow, it's got some meat in there. I'm thinking I'm just going to see a few words. There's a lot of words in there, which I love. So that means that there's definitely a message.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Jamelia Hand. I love it. And how can we get in touch with you?
Well, here's the deal. Everyone is not ready to heal. Everyone is not ready to reconnect. Everyone is not ready to be wrong so that their relationship can thrive. So our website is not existent.
Okay.
Just yet.
Okay.
But you can find me on Facebook.
Okay.
And what I found is that people who inbox me on Facebook, they are telling me a story, and I'm usually creating a card specific to what
Based
they
on
want to
that.
heal.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
That's great. So what is your Facebook?
My Facebook is Handwritten Greetings.
Okay.
That's where you can find me.
Perfect. And we are so excited to have you.
The website is to come.
Okay. Look, good things come to those who wait.
Absolutely.
And we are very excited to have you at our expo coming up on June 27th. We can't wait to have you there. Thank you.